Well, it is October 1st, which means two things. One, submissions for the October clip stream have opened on my Discord. If you're new here, every month I do a community clip stream. I go live and I watch 3 of your best clips in either Session, Skater XL, Skid, or pretty much any skateboarding game. All you have to do is hit the link in the description or on my channel to join my Discord. Follow the rules, submit your best 3 clips. It could all be Session, it could all be Skid, or it could be a mix, it's up to you. And then on Sunday, the 12th of October, I will be going live and I will be reacting and watching your clips live. And yeah, we all get hyped over everybody's clips. It's a very good time, so definitely check it out. Would love to see you there. More information is on my Discord. But the second thing that October 1st means is we are now officially 6 days away from Season 1 of Skid. I feel like Skid has been in limbo for quite some time now, and for the people that only got access back on the 16th of September, maybe it still feels pretty fresh to you guys, but as somebody who's been playtesting it for quite a while now, which I know a lot of you have as well, because there was a lot of playtesters, this game has kind of been stuck in the same state for a while. Now, we have received a bunch of bug fixes, and there's been a bunch of patches, and the game definitely is running smoother, and a lot of problems have been fixed. Although I know that a lot of issues from the 16th, from day 1, are still present. But coming from earlier playtests, this game is definitely in a much better position than what it was in earlier builds. Season 1 is pretty much the showcase season where you show people what they can expect from this game in the future. So if this doesn't go very well, then it's going to turn a lot of people off, and some people might just not want to come back for future seasons. I just hope there's enough content in Season 1 to keep this game interested and keep it alive, because that's really the most important thing. Right now, it's kind of in this purgatory where it's just the same challenges on repeat. You know, there's not really a whole lot of content to keep people interested. I, for one, play this game every single day, and I do that mainly for the skating because I just really enjoy the skating. But I do also like to do my daily challenges as well, and my weekly challenges. You can only do that for so long until it gets stale, and it's definitely getting stale for a lot of people. Like, October 7th is a really important date for this game because they have to win people over. This is their chance to show people where the direction this game is going. Man, I just hope that it goes smoothly. I really do. Skid isn't the only game getting a pretty major kind of update happening in October. Session is also dropping its next update on its roadmap for 2025. And they recently announced that it is dropping mid-October. It's kind of crazy because it was supposed to be an end of summer update, but I can't help but feel like mid-October doesn't really count as end of summer. Summer is well and truly over by then. I think for most people the end of summer is the end of September. So mid-October is a bit later than we all expected. But it will be interesting to see how that Session update goes as well, and I of course will be checking that out. I was mainly a Session player until Skate came out, and then this game just really caught my attention, and I've just been enjoying this a lot more. And I know I'm not alone there. I know there's a lot of Session players that have since been spending most of their time in Skate. Is it going to be enough to bring Session players back who have since kind of found their home in Skate? Kind of depends on 2 things. It depends on how well Skate Season 1 goes. It also depends on how well Session's next update goes. Both could be bad, both could be good. One could be good, one could be bad. We really don't know how it's going to go. But I'm definitely not complaining at the fact that there is more content and more updates coming from both of these games. Of course, then, along with kind of Season 1 and the Skate Pass and everything, we also have our first events in Skate. The first one is Skate Halloween, which is obviously a Halloween themed event, which I'm really excited for personally. You know, the Halloween aesthetic is really cool. It's going to be awesome to see what they do and see kind of how they incorporate that into the world. And I'm really holding out for night mode. I'm telling you, what am I doing? I'm really hoping they add night mode, because you can't have Halloween without nighttime. Or at least like a sunset kind of vibe where maybe the sky is kind of reddy orange and it's a bit creepy. That would be really cool. Talking about kind of like a Dead Night cycle, I was recently watching gameplay of a really early Skate build, and I was considering making a video on it. There's a channel out there that has like, I don't know, 5 or 6 videos of one of the really early builds, and I think it was one of the ones that got leaked to where everybody was able to play it. I also kind of don't want to rat out that channel, so I don't know. If you guys want to see a video going over those old clips, if you think it'll be safe, to share this guy's channel. The person hasn't uploaded for like 3 years, but I just don't want to get it taken down or anything by like EA. But if you just search up like early playtest footage of Skate, you'll find it. Anyway, supposedly the like early playtest, before I was even a playtester, apparently there was a day and night cycle in the game at one point. I think that's a pretty good sign that it's potentially going to be coming at some point, because I can't imagine they would scrap a day and night cycle. Like, that seems like something that would be pointless to take out of a game. The fact that it was in the game previously makes me hope that it is going to be coming back at some point. And of course, I think that a Halloween event is a good way to kind of test that nighttime mode. Yet there's also a bunch of light posts darted around the map, right? And I know you could say, oh, it's just there for aesthetics, it's there to make the world look more believable, and of course that could be a reason. But there's lights, like, everywhere. The entire city has them. I noticed as well, at some point, I'm convinced they added more lights around the map. Like, I'm 100% convinced they added more lights. And I just feel like a Halloween event would be the best place to kind of kick that kind of thing off. Whether it be a day and night cycle or it is just like nighttime in San Fan for the event, I don't know. The earlier playtest footage also shows the original map that this game had, which is the one that's across the other side of the bridge, which you can't get to right now. So there was some other brands as well that we haven't seen in the game that was in those earlier playtests that I'm really hoping we see come back. But I also spotted a Roger Skateco deck. If you don't know Roger Skateco, they're kind of a smaller board company, I suppose, but they are in Session Skate Sim. They also had Welcome skateboards in there as well. You know, the guys that do all the crazy shapes and stuff. Now, the board that was in the playtest was just a popsicle. But that being said, if you're going to put Welcome in your game, you're going to have to put in the crazy shapes. Welcome are in Session Skate Sim, and you can get all the crazy shaped boards and stuff. Like, I feel like you need to add shaped boards if you're going to add a company like Welcome into the game. Even the same with Santa Cruz. Santa Cruz are already confirmed to be coming in Season 1. And Santa Cruz also have some shaped boards, and such as is it the Winowski? Is that how you say his name? The Winowski boards? I'm sorry if I'm butchering the skater's name, but he skates like old school kind of shaped boards. So I feel like if you're going to add Santa Cruz, you gotta put in some shaped boards as well. And I could talk about this because I was not in those early playtests, and this is all public because it's literally on YouTube. So I think I'm safe to talk about things that were in these earlier playtests. And now, of course, just because the game had it before doesn't mean it's necessarily going to be in it now. Like I said, contracts could have potentially ended. Just the way development is going could have changed. You know, things could have got scrapped and whatnot. So I would say that take everything that I'm saying with a grain of salt. Oh, damn. But it is interesting to see these brands and these mechanics in the earlier playtests, because I think it's a good indication that they might be coming to the game in the future. Obviously, they don't want to give us everything at once because, you know, that's not how free-to-play games work. You drip feed content, you want to keep it going for a long time. You don't give people everything at once, so that's why we probably haven't seen Welcome Roger. We might not see them until, like, Season 2, Season 3, we don't know. A lot of these things are still being worked on, or there's deals still being signed and whatnot. There's a whole boatload of things of why they wouldn't have given us them already. But if it was in the game before, I think there's a good chance it might be coming back. Another thing I noticed, which I thought was quite funny, that they did was remove the light post from here, which a lot of people hated. So originally in the earlier playtests, this is the way this spot was. I haven't done this challenge in a long time, funny enough, but there was one where you had to like manual these two mani pads, and this is the way it originally looked. And then when they updated the graphics and everything during the playtest, they plunked the light post right here, which then got in everybody's way when they tried to do the challenge. They've since taken that light post away. But again, that's what got my kind of theory about a day and night cycle, because originally there was no light post there. Then they added one, and then they took it away again because it got in people's way. But why would they have added it in the first place if they weren't planning on turning on the lights at some point and bringing in the night mode? And it looks like there's lights all underneath this bridge, so, you know, they don't even have to have a light post there because there's probably going to be enough light there. So that's just one feature that I think will really elevate Skate. It would be a day and night cycle, because getting night clips would be so sick. But I think if it is a day and night cycle, which means that it's on a timer, that you only have a certain amount of time during the day, you only have a certain amount of time during night, you're definitely going to have to like rush to get those clips. The cool thing about Session is we're kind of spoiled with customization. So in Session Skate Sim, you can change the day and night time to whatever you want, whenever you want, either in-game or in the replay editor. You can also change the sun angle and stuff like that, so you can really customize your clip. But because Skate is always online, you're in a lobby with other players, you can't really have, you know, you can't be like playing God and changing the time of day. Gonna annoy other players if it affects them as well. So I think that that's why like a day and night cycle is the most obvious kind of route that they would go down. Also, you know, of course, Skate are going for the kind of living, breathing world kind of things. Skate has always tried to make a world feel lived in, you know, NPCs, cars driving around. So I feel like a day and night cycle would also fit that and make this San-Fan a bit more believable as like a real life place. But a day and night cycle on top of that lighting update could really make this game look so much better. They did say for the Halloween event that there is going to be Halloween decorations about San-Fan. So that could be a pretty cool vibe. Hopefully they don't do it over the top, but also hopefully it's not too subtle to where it doesn't change much. But Halloween decorations means decorative lights, it means jack-o'-lanterns, all that kind of stuff is stuff that you associate with nighttime because it needs to be lit up. If all of that isn't giving night mode, then I don't know what is. And man, am I going to be disappointed if we don't see any sort of nighttime or like sunset kind of lighting during this Halloween event. Oh, nice. But I'm probably going to try and live stream all the events on day one as well. I think that would be pretty fun. So if that's something you guys would like to see, like me kind of live stream all... Jesus. If you guys want to see me live stream all the events on day one and the new seasons and stuff like that going forward, let me know. Yeah, since we're kind of speculating a little bit in this video about what we might see in the future, I'm going to drop a few other theories that I have. I will say, take all of this with a grain of salt. I could be completely wrong. This is all just speculation. I know nothing. I don't have any insider knowledge. One of the interesting things I saw people mention is that they see the Chum Bucket, which is the big Sharks stadium, opening up, and there's going to be like an indoor skate park, or potentially it's going to be a place for custom parks when they eventually get added in, I think, season 3 maybe. And I could totally see that happening. I feel like when you have such a big building like this, it would make complete sense to open it up and do something inside. And yeah, I can't imagine it would be like, oh, you can just go into it like this. I think it'll be a loading screen. It'll be like a separate world or something like that that you load into. But they could definitely do like an X Games thing in there, similar to Skate 1, which had X Games. That could be so sick, so nostalgic, and it could be obviously a big event that everybody gets to kind of benefit from and play. I think that would be super, super cool. So as you can see right here, we have this whole kind of under construction section. This is just one of a bunch of places that are under construction. Anything that I see like this, it makes me think that they're going to do more with in the future. Like, I feel like this is temporary. I could be wrong. I feel like it's just an aesthetic. It's a big city. Cities have building works going on, but it just gives me like vibes that potentially they're going to add a new spot under there. It's already confirmed that with every season, there's going to be new skittable areas. So it would make sense that these kind of spots that are under construction will then become those new skittable areas, because how else do you add them to the city without like taking away already existing spots? And they could go like Fortnite with this if they wanted to, and like change spots in certain seasons. So they could do that, but I feel like people are going to be pretty unhappy if they have a favorite skate spot that gets taken away for an entire season. So I think what they have to do really is they have to just build new spots in areas that aren't already being taken up, that aren't already being used. Yeah, so we have the Rails Cinema. In the earlier playtest, they actually had a sign up on the wall here. They had a sign saying coming soon. The sign has since been taken away. Maybe it's just been delayed for a while and nothing's coming soon yet. I could definitely see them doing something with inside of this place as well, whether that's a skittable area or it's some sort of like place to watch people's clips or something, since it's a theater, since it's like a cinema. Damn, what's behind here? Let's get a sneak peek behind here. Oh, interesting. Okay. Oh, whoa, 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 there's an opening. There is an opening. We can get in here. All right, so far, there's nothing in here, obviously. But the terrain does go quite far inside. So, yeah, I think we're going to see something happen with this as well. Pretty much anywhere that has this wooden structure that's under construction, I think we're going to see get made into something in the future. So, yeah, definitely something's going to happen with that. I think that's pretty much guaranteed, especially considering they kind of teased it in an earlier playtest. The future for Skate is pretty unknown right now, especially with this recent buyout. that EA is going through. And I've been talking about a little bit about how I feel about that in my Discord. Yeah, if you guys just want to chat about stuff going on, that's the place to do it, is in the Discord. But I was considering doing a whole video on the EA buyout thing, but I'm not going to bother because everybody knows about it by now, and I think everybody feels pretty much the same kind of doom and gloom about it as I do. Yeah, I mean, the future for this game is definitely a bit more at risk now since that whole thing, but it's too early to tell, and I still have a lot of hope for the next few seasons of this game. But I, for one, am pretty hyped for Season 1 dropping in 6 days, because I think that's going to be a really good glimpse into the future of this game, and I hope it's a good one. I really hope it's a good glimpse. Damn. This curved ledge right here, so good. Like, oh man, it's so much fun. Oh, that was good. Oh, I saw something really cool. A few of you guys in my comments on my last video were telling me about how Skate got you like back into skateboarding. Oh, man, they need to fix that bug. That's the most annoying bug that I've come across in this game. Yeah, a lot of you were saying that this skate either got you into skateboarding for the first time or it made you want to get back into skateboarding, and I love that so much. Like, Skate 3 was one of the main reasons why I started skateboarding in the first place. I'd always loved skateboarding, I'd always been a fan, and I always kind of, you know, pushed around on a skateboard, but never had the kind of patience to learn tricks for a very long time. And then when Skate 3 dropped back in 2010, May of 2010, that is kind of when I knew I wanted to take skateboarding really seriously. I built my first ever setup, and from there on was when I started learning how to skate and learning to do tricks. So seeing that same effect happen on people with this skate, you know, 15 years later, however long it's been, I think Skate does a really good job at just showing the fun of skating and just like, I'm sorry, this is just ridiculous. I just wanted to see if I could get through all 3 of those humps. But Skate just does a really good job at like showcasing the fun of skateboarding. And yeah, you know, this game might be super cheesy. I think just the core skating and the flow and how it feels to play is just enough to make people want to try this in real life. It's so cool to know that, you know, some of you are starting skating for the first time because of this game. I think most of us like have found skateboarding through video games. Probably a lot of people who are here watching my content anyway, whether it be the Tony Hawk's franchise or the Skate trilogy, you know, there's a good chance that a lot of you here started your skateboarding journey in real life through skateboarding in a video game, and that's just the coolest thing ever. And I've always been a gamer, I've always been a skater, so that's kind of why I wanted to start this channel, was because it's the best of both worlds. I get to enjoy skateboarding and playing video games at the exact same time, and I get to share that with you guys. It's like the coolest thing ever. I think Tony Hawk's Pro Skater was definitely the game to get me interested in skateboarding in the first place, and then Tony Hawk's Underground and Underground 2 were 2 of my kind of favorite games. And so those games are kind of responsible for getting me into skateboarding initially. And then Skate 1 and Skate 2 just kind of kept my obsession. But then when Skate 3 came out was when I finally went, you know what, like, I'm going for it. I'm going to try and actually skate properly. And then the rest is history. And then it pretty much just shaped my entire life. It all kind of came back around full circle when I started this YouTube channel. No pun intended, because Full Circle is the developer of Skate. By the way, if you didn't know. I was locked into that backsmith really nicely. That was a little sketchy, but I'll take it. Alright guys, well that is going to do it for the day. Let me know your predictions for Season 1 or for the future of this game. And are you hyped for Season 1? Maybe you're hyped for the session update. Let me know in the comments below, and I will catch you in the next video. Peace.